this air intake tube off with a flathead. Unplug the mass airflow sensor. Okay, there's the tube out of the way. And we're going to lift up and then off right here. Filter looks pretty good. It's got some dust, but it looks like it's working okay. The mass airflow sensor could be cleaned, so this could be one of the issues, that little metal element right there. We'll try cleaning that. Let's see what that does. Okay, so I cleaned the mass airflow sensor. Filter seems like it's in good shape. Because it's running kind of not that great overall, I thought it might just be a clogged air filter, and just lack of air would not necessarily trigger a check engine light. But next thing I'm going to check is the spark plugs. So first thing we do is get these spark plug wires loose. Got the spark plugs out. They're placed in order of where the cylinders are located. So if you see a lot of wetness or oiliness on the actual diode of the spark plug, that's not a great thing. If you see a lot of white, kind of ashy coating, it's also not a good thing. You just want to see kind of a dry, maybe grayish to brown color. You shouldn't have any wetness or any ashiness. You have an issue otherwise. So this is totally fine. Nothing wrong here. This one is wet. And that could be our cause. It could just be a symptom of the problem as well. This one is fine. Same story here. Although that one has just the tiniest little bit of that diode left on the tip. So these might be newer spark plugs. It looks like they're all Autolite brand, but same thing here. That one's even got more right there still left, and then that one's got quite a bit. So looks like the cylinders on this side should be replaced. The next thing I'm going to check is the camshaft synchronizer. Alright, so the camshaft synchronizer is right there. My experience with these is, before they actually go bad, the bushing or the bearing at the top of this can cause the engine to hiccup or have kind of running bad, issues. So what I've discovered is, if you just take these two 5.5 millimeter nuts or bolts out and just simply pull this plug off the top, you can actually just apply a little bit of synthetic oil to the bushing underneath, and it'll actually fix the problem for months. So I'm going to try that. Alright, so we've got some synthetic oil. I'm just going to I'm going to have to do it from above here. And we're just going to take that oil and put a few drops in. Oops. Alright, so we have new spark plugs and new wires. Sometimes, if your spark plugs are bad, or your wires have a small crack in the actual wiring inside the insulation, or if the boot itself has a tear or a crack, then it can the spark can jump to the block of the engine. It can ground it. So make sure You check for that. Make sure your spark plug wires and boots are in good shape. Another thing you can do is when you can wait till dark, and then you can start up the engine, and without any other illumination, look at the engine and see if you see any sparks anywhere. Another trick is you can spray water, get a bottle and a sprayer and spray water mist around the coil pack and around down by the spark plugs, and if there is an electrical charge that's grounding to the block, then it will you'll see sparking and arcs.